Welcome to Overcome Podcast. In today's episode, I'm going to talk with Sensei Sasaki. Sensei has an amazing story coming from Japan, opening his judo dojo here in US, overcoming a lot of obstacles with the language and with culture, and now with the pandemic, right? In this episode, he's going to talk about this whole trajectory and how he is keeping judo in the center of his life to continue improve as a sensei, as a person, and as a businessman. Stay there. Be right back. Welcome to Overcome Podcast, Sensei Shinjiro Sasaki.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolutely. Sensei, I've been following your work for quite some time now, and I watched one of your vlogs about your story, and I was like, well, I have to interview Sensei because this podcast is about overcome, and for you to move from Japan to here, and achieve the things that you've done with your dojo is quite an accomplishment and overcome on its own. So before we go to that, I just want to step back and go back to Japan when you were an athlete there. How did you start with judo there?
When I was 6 years old, I started judo with my friends.
And judo is extremely popular in Japan, right? So it's almost like every kid will learn judo. Is like that, or because I'm from Brazil. In Brazil, everyone needs to know soccer. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure it's the same thing in judo in Japan.
I can say yes, but a little bit no. Actually, everybody knows about judo, but most people start from elementary school, but also middle school. Lots of people start also middle school, but I don't see people start judo from high school. After high school, yeah. I don't see.
Okay. So if you don't really start when you're young, it's not very common to start later on in life.
Basically, because Japanese are very sticky for one sport, so usually we don't quit your sports. So I don't know. It's maybe culture.
Yeah.
So if you quit your sports easily, so means I feel like they are testing us, our patient. So if we have spirits or not.
Yeah.
So that's why many people don't quit.
Right. And from the time that you trained there, for how long were you actually training and competing there? For how many years?
So as I told you, I've been doing judo since 6 years old, and now I am 40 years old.
Right, but in Japan, when you were there, were you competing every year when you were practicing judo, or you just start competing as a black belt?
Yeah, of course, since kids, so since white belt. And when I was a kid, younger, I was very weak. I couldn't win. So Japanese system is a little bit different from other countries. So for example, in the States, there is each category like a 40 kilos, 44 kilos, 52. Japan doesn't have this system.
Oh, okay.
Nowadays, yes, but my generation only open weight class.
Okay.
Open weight class, and then girls fight against boys. Doesn't matter. But age, we fight against age. So 6 years old fight against 6 years old, and 7 years old against 7 years old. But size, gender doesn't matter.
And weight, open weight. If you can have a kid of 6 years old that is 20 pounds heavier than the other one, and that's fine.
Yes, doesn't matter. So that's why when I was younger, always big people, taller people, they win, because for short and small, it's hard to win.
Yeah.
But
then you got really good on some movements that are good to your body, right? I mean, I've seen you doing a lot of drop Shionagi that is good for people that are short, right?
Yes, right, right. That was good for me because I was always fighting against people bigger than me. I was always shortest, smallest. So, but as you know, there's team tournaments. It's not only individual. I think Brazil has team tournaments
Yeah.
too. So team tournaments comes first for Japanese. So each dojos and for university, high school, also company, business company. So always team tournament comes first. So at team tournaments, also it doesn't matter. Small person fight against big
Right.
people. But sometimes they beat big people
Yeah,
too.
for sure.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
truly believe that the whole idea of if you have a good technique, you are able to beat a stronger and taller opponent works pretty well on judo as well.
absolutely. You're right. Yes, that's why. So Japanese train a lot basically.
And talking about training, so since you identified that you were weaker, did you dedicate yourself more to make your technique more perfect, or you try to gain some weight and muscle? You know, what did you do to overcome that phase where you felt like you couldn't win?
Okay, okay. So since 12 years old, I was not confident to win at all. But from 13 years old, so there will be categories like 55 kilos, 60 kilos,
Yep.
66. So I was feeling that when I have my category, so I thought I would start winning.
Hmm.
So that's why I didn't give up. So and then since 14 years old, I started winning. Until 14 years old, I couldn't gain power. I was too small because I was only 140 centimeter when I was 13 years old and 40 kilos.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
but
interesting. But then after 14, what really changed? You think it was because your technique got better, or you got confident, or both?
biggest biggest key was having rival.
Interesting.
Mm, yes, it was different. They were different division, but my team became strong suddenly. Why? Because my friend moved to our dojo, our school. So that means my local high school was very strong high
Yeah, you
school.
have better team.
Yeah, very strong. But to enter this high school, you need to have achievements at middle school. So we had to get good result at middle
Right.
school. But my middle school was not strong at all, not at all. But there was 5 strong athletes around my middle
Hmm.
school. Then so we worked together. So we put together them into one team. Then we became like a national number
Oh,
three.
wow, wow.
So yeah, huge step. Because we couldn't pass state tournament first, but suddenly we got a lot better, and then so we became national top level. That was the key. I didn't want to lose against my
Hmm.
teammates. That's why when they were not training, I would train. Like
Now that's a good point because there is always this thing about training. Did you randori every day when you were training?
oh yeah, yeah, of course, very normal. Running, uchikomi, training, and judo
So
training,
that's is
every single.
probably 2 hours of training, 3 hours maybe.
No, 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 no. When I was in the middle school, every day like 4 to 5 hours,
Wow, 5 hours of training.
and then
Wow.
high school that was least 7 to 8, and then longest is 11. Summer break it's 11 hours total a day.
Wow.
Oh, included Sunday, no break, 7 days.
Wow. But when you
Yeah,
were randori, were you always going full power, or many times you were experiment things and not really going?
good question. Sometimes we would cheat. We would cheat because
Because it's hard. It's hard to
our
go 100% all the time.
it's hard, but we were forced. We had to because our we were scared our sensei.
Okay. And he was encouraging you guys to go 100% all the time.
He was trying. He was
Now,
trying that.
your personal opinion on that, because I ask many other judokas these questions. For you to get better in judo, is it better to invest more time doing uchikomi or randori?
No, my
Yeah,
opinion,
yeah.
right?
Your
So
opinion.
uchikomi and then randori is necessary. So it's like a basic training.
R- Right,
So
like you would
if
you
you
say
are
you would
judoka,
say that it's like 50-50, or one is more important than the other?
it depends on your it depends on your plan.
Okay.
If you think you are behind in techniques, so you need to practice techniques. But how? It's randori, right?
Yeah.
But many people do randori without purpose, just doing randori. That's why. So this is my opinion. If you do randori without purpose, I feel like you are just training for strength
Yes.
or spirits. But for my case, when I was improving my gripping against left-handed, tall lefty, so I didn't mind to make a mistake. I would get thrown a lot. But every time I was trying to find reason why I get dominated or I get thrown. And then I was checking where I was gripping. And then little by little, I will overcome my weakness. But when I feel I need left ippon seoinagi, I would practice left ippon seoinagi a lot in uchikomi first. Uchikomi, uchikomi, and then yakusoku geiko, and then randori.
Okay, makes
Yeah.
sense. Makes sense.
I had a steps and the process.
And this is what you teach to your students, the way to, for example, if they want to get better and compete, that's the system that you use on your school.
My position is dojo sensei, city dojos. Okay, so not high school. So that's why I don't push my students
That much.
like I did. Yeah, just like I want them to enjoy judo time. So I basically nowadays, as you know, since the pandemic, so we are struggling to do judo a lot. So we do randori, but not much. Why? Because it's a little bit risky. Plus, we don't see tournaments now. So that's why we've been improving techniques and then tai sabaki, judo movements.
Yeah, and,
Stuff
and
like
you
that.
and you also train a lot in the waza, or just standing?
We do both, but mainly tachiwaza.
Yeah.
Mainly tachiwaza. I like newaza too, but looks like most people like standing. Because if you like ground techniques, most people go to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu now.
Well, I asked this because on the last Master, I'm not sure if you watched, but the last Master in Qatar, there was a lot of finish that were newaza, right? There was a lot of chokes, I saw.
Yes.
So it seems like newaza is growing as well, a lot in big tournaments.
Yeah. Yes, of course, newaza is necessary. I always tell athletes, not students, athletes. So newaza is necessary. If you don't do newaza, you may lose by newaza at very important chance.
Right.
See?
That's very important too. Now, on your interview, on your vlog, when you were talking about moving to US, and it's funny that you said that you choose Florida because it's far away from Japan, and you didn't go to the West Coast because it was just one flight. You could like go back home real quick. That was that was
right.
interesting. Now, is it really hard to, for example, if you wanted to live by teaching judo in Japan, is it hard to open a dojo and just live by teaching there?
It is possible, but really hard.
But it's hard because there's a lot of dojos. So the competition is big, or it's just because
Uh,
because
okay,
for
for
example,
example,
everyone does a judo in school. So why they will go to a private dojo, right? Maybe that's the reason.
many people go to private dojo. I was going to private dojo too,
Okay.
but for example, tuition. So tuition is inexpensive in Japan to learn judo. For example, Kodokan, just $5 a month.
Wow, that's it?
That's it.
To train there?
$5. Yes, $5 a month. See?
Wow.
But if you run private judo school, $5 a month, you cannot
Yeah, you
survive.
cannot survive. That's why
You cannot survive, right?
they must have like hundreds, I mean, of students, more than 500 of students, maybe.
Yeah. And also, most average is probably $30 to $50 a month. So most people charge like that, but it's hard. It's
Yeah,
still
it is.
hard.
It is.
Then only few dojos I know they charge close to $100.
Interesting.
But they are big name. They are big name. Actually, if you're a big name or good dojo or system, I think you can try to charge a lot more. But I don't know people take the lesson or not.
So you
Was
never really opened in your dojo there. You went to US and opened yours in Florida, right?
Oh no. In Japan, 0-0, just Florida. Yeah. Yeah, and then that was my first experience too.
I saw one of your fights that you even put on that vlog, which seems to be one of the most famous fights that you had. Your opponent was a little bit bigger than you, but you won. Ippon.
Huh. With, I don't remember.
It was the one that you put on your vlog. I can't remember the name of the guy, but it's on YouTube. I think it's one of your famous fight. It was in Japan. You were way younger than that. Now, no,
Kodokan Cup.
yes,
Okay.
yes. The question about fighting, right? When you were on your prime as an athlete and fighting, did you had any type of regiment to prepare for that fight from the mindset perspective?
Yes.
What, because a lot of people when they go, a lot of athletes or even just regular people that go to tournament, one of the things that happens with them a lot is they get nervous, right? And then they go to the mat and they forget things. They get so nervous that they freeze. What are some of the advice that you could do or that you did during your time to control your nerves and be really focused on the fight?
Yes. Everybody gets nervous at tournaments because everybody has trained a lot. That's why they get nervous. But I was always convincing myself, accept this being nervous, accept. Because I don't refuse, like, I don't like this, not
Okay.
like that. So I was convincing me, accept, keep breathing normal. Not deep, normal. So nothing to change. Same as randori. Fight same as randori. Yeah, because if I was convincing myself like, if I do judo same as randori, I can win. But I get nervous too much and then I don't perform my judo like randori, I will lose. That's why so always try. I was concentrate on sweating actually before fight.
Right, of course, because adrenaline was through the roof, right?
But I like to watch boxing, uh, and the boxer is good mentor for me because they're cutting weight. That's very
Yeah.
strict, right? They practice very strict. That's why I like them. I respect boxers. Boxers always before they fight, they are sweat. That's why they perform good.
So what you're saying is that before your fight you warm up a lot.
Yes, before. My opinion. You should be sweat.
Interesting.
You should be sweating and then go fight. Then I think you can perform well. Cause doing randori, I'm
Yeah,
sweating.
yeah,
Right?
yeah. But your first
See,
randori of the night probably is not as good as the third one, right?
that's why always first round is tough. See, first fight and the first randori is always tough. That's why people do uchikomi a lot, right? But the difference between randori, regular practice, and the tournaments. Usually in regular practice, right after uchikomi, people go to
Right.
randori
So they are already warm and everything.
right away, right? But tournaments, after uchikomi, you take a break, and then you wait for your turn, and then you start fight. It takes
Yeah.
time. It takes time between this time. I didn't like that. That's why. So when my rivals are doing warming up, I didn't do warm up.
So you wait until it was like pretty close to your fight so that you could warm up.
Yes, plus I didn't want to see. I didn't want to watch the warming up because I would get nervous. I would think too much. So I didn't want to be negative. So I wanted to keep concentrated on myself. So
Yeah, that's a good
that's why
advice.
I see it.
So
Yeah.
you probably before a fight, did you research about your opponent to know his game, what he used to do, or you really didn't want to even know about it?
I always study about my opponents, especially first round, because the first round you can see it, right? See, and then um, I I just studied what they do, just right-handed, tall right-handed, or middle right-handed, or short right-handed, or lefty tall, lefty middle, lefty short. In judo there is only 6 situations. See, tall righty, middle, and then short, and then left tall, and then middle, and then shorter. So my case, I was always shortest. Means I just study. I need to study only tall, righty, lefty, and then same size. So it means a 4 situation mostly. So that's why I was ready. Okay, so let's say my student. So my man go to watch their fight, and then how was that? So he's lefty, middle size, and he does seoin again. Okay, it's a plan B.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. But it is already muscle memory. Yeah, so it is my strategies. All strategies are in my hard disk already.
Yeah. That's great. That's great. All right, so moving on. Let's say that now you decided to come to US and then open your dojo. Um, why you already said why Florida, but how was the initial experience? Because as you said, you didn't have a dojo in Japan, so it was your first time owning the business. Did you have a lot of struggle in the beginning to get it going? I'm not even talking about the pandemic. I'm talking about just the regular fact that you have to open up the
Yes,
dojo. You know
yes,
how it was.
that was very tough. First, biggest concern was the language. So I couldn't speak English at all. Zero English. That's why I couldn't even understand. They are asking my name. They were saying, "What's your name? What's your name?" Ah, I'm fine. So 6 months, my name was fine. Because I could say just I am
Yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah, but I studied a lot by myself. Yeah, but judo helped me a lot because learning language was same as judo. yeah, like to be able to speak, I was just trying to
Yeah.
speak. It's like uchikomi.
Yeah, yeah, good point. Yeah.
Yeah, uchikomi, right? And then so when I go out and then see my friends or somebody, and then it's a randori. So it's conversation.
It's
It's
now it's
randori.
time to try. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
time to try my
Yeah.
technique. Today I learned it. I got it when I use it. Little by little, I was trying to some phrases
And
and some
that was
words.
10 years ago, right? Because you said that you've been in US for 10 years, right?
More than 10 years, but 10 years, yeah.
And
10 years
your
ago.
first dojo was, did you open 10 years ago, or more like 8 years ago?
80 years
Yeah.
ago. Yeah. 80. Sasaki Judo was open 80 years ago. Yeah.
But not in the same place, because I think you first opened in Tampa, now you are in Orlando, something like that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. There was many stories. That was tough. Because sometimes some people would try to get me. So, because I couldn't understand
Right.
well. Mm. But that was my fault. Because if I had skill, I wouldn't get.
Well, it's not really your fault. I would say that people that try to take advantage of others is always their fault, right? I mean, you were being authentic. You were just starting, and I know that because I've been in US for 17 years, and when I moved, I
Oh,
also didn't have a good English. So same problems and
see.
same things. It happens.
Nice.
It's a process that it gets improved over time, and brings confidence to you. But then you open your first dojo. You were able to open Sasaki Judo,
Judo.
and
Yes.
then how long you were in Tampa for how long?
And then so the first dojo was only for 2 years. No, not even for 2 years. That was about 1 year, and then suddenly I got problem.
Mm.
Yeah, not only one time, two times. There was many,
So the
many.
dojo that you have right now, for how long you been on this one?
Ha, now newest is it's been 4 years.
Okay, 4 years.
Yes, this is under exactly my name,
This
and
is this is yours.
everything's
This is
under.
100% yours.
Yes, this is mine.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's the dojo that you record all the judo fanatics videos and everything, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. That's my own dojo. Finally, I could get my own dojo, always under somebody's name.
Hmm.
Yeah, that was hard. So now I organize and control, run that business. Yeah.
And now you have kids program, adults program. Do you also have competition team?
I do I do not have competition team, but most people are adults.
But
Most people are adults, as I told you. So I just want to enjoy
right.
judo as my lifestyle.
Hmm.
Because I'm done to compete. I'm done as
Right.
athlete.
But
Yeah,
but you
I
still
just
train, right? You still train to enjoy, right? You
yeah
probably run
every
dirty with
single
your
day. Yeah.
students, right?
Yes. Of course, some people are very competitive and they compete IJF tournaments too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because USA Judo just opened some competitions. There'll be, I think, the nationals in Reno in May, right? There'll be one here in Texas because I'm located in Texas. There'll be one in Texas in April as well. Uh, yeah,
Oh,
so there will be some tournaments coming up. Uh,
really? Nationals.
yeah, the nationals will be in Reno in May. So
Oh, Reno is what state?
that was Nevada. Yeah.
Nevada. Okay. Ah, yeah, Las Vegas. Okay. Nevada. Okay.
So I asked this because during the vlog you said something that is also important. You said that since there is no tournament, and this was last year because of the pandemic, you said since there is no tournament, a lot of people are not motivated to train, right? So there are a lot of people that actually only
Yes.
gets motivated when they have something to achieve, like a tournament or something, right? That's why I was asking if you have many of your students, you encourage them to compete.
Yeah, yeah, because a competition, if there's tournaments, it is easy to set up your
Hmm.
mind for tournaments, and it keeps you
Yeah.
motivated. So I think any sports, it is hard to keep yourself motivated without
Yeah,
tournaments.
if you don't have a goal, right? Unless
Yeah,
someone already achieved many things in the athlete life like you, and now you just enjoying judo, which is another, I would say, is
I
another phase, right? I mean, you've done what you have to do as an athlete. Now you are living the lifestyle, as you said.
I love judo. I love any type of judo. So super serious judo, like fighting judo for Olympics, I like it. And then also I like how can I say judo as
Hmm.
recreation. I do judo as recreation
Yeah.
sometimes. So I love all judos,
Yeah.
all kinds judo.
Yeah,
Mm.
I remember you also saying that judo basically is your life, and this is
Yes,
basically what
yes,
drives you nowadays with your dojo and everything. And last year was extremely problematic, as you said, because of the pandemic. But I'm glad that you were able to make it happen. I've seen some of your Zoom classes that you stream on
yes,
Instagram. It's
yes,
very
yes.
very well creative. I really enjoy watching
Thanks.
some of those classes because it's hard for you to teach online
Yes, I'm still doing that, but it's hard. It's really hard.
because judo
Yeah,
is such a contact sport. Sometimes you are not able to say, hey, grab it here instead of here. You cannot correct, right, fix some mistakes.
but that was good for me because when I was in Japan, I would do solo training every single day, shadow judo, shadow uchikomi. Because okay, when I was in not high school, university, I was the only one under 60 kilo. So I didn't have any
Mm.
partners. Mm. Why I went to the university is I was for scholarship. That's why I just went to the university. But that was good decision for me because I didn't have any partner. But instead of having any partners, I was thinking how I can get better always every single day. And then, as I told you, I was watching boxing. See, boxer uses lots of steps and then
Hmm.
shadows. So I was creating shadow judo, watching them. See, and then so adding my techniques I do. 大外刈り、背負い投げ、それ釣り. That's why even pandemic after pandemic, so I was just showing how I practice by myself for my judo
Yeah.
alone. Then, yeah, I was just showing that on Zoom. So then,
That's
yeah, it
did you
worked.
when you were training by yourself? Because today there are those bands that really helps, resistance bands, right?
Yes,
And you use on it.
yes, and
But during your time, did you have resistant bands, or were you training without resistant bands?
both, both band. I was always carrying with my band. Always my band is in my judo bag because anywhere, even outside. So you hang your band on the tree and you can do uchikomi. And also you can do shadow uchikomi too. So and the band is very light. You just put your band here and run.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, because
I think that's one of the advantages of judo is the capability to do uchikomi on your own. I personally just got a standing dummy that helps a lot as well to train by myself.
mm, uh, honestly, I don't know if uchikomi is very effective for judo. Yes, effective, but I was doing uchikomi also as my
Hmm.
lifestyle. Like people wait. Some people after wake up they take a walk outside, right? So my lifestyle was when I was an athlete. So after wake up, run, and then shadow uchikomi, shadow judo, and then so push ups. That's it.
Every
That's
day.
it. So every day, every day. So even it is raining, especially when it is raining, it's a chance. No one runs, but I do. So I get advantage.
Yeah. No, that's good.
Yeah.
The discipline to perform those things when the conditions are not so well are really important to make progress.
Yeah, conditioning comes first because when you do judo professionally, every single day you need to take care of your condition. So massage, stretching, taping, nutrition, training, everything has to be professional because we are racing. So as you know, China is very high level for the Olympics trial.
Yeah.
See, so when I was athlete, there was Nomura senpai, three times Olympics champion. So Nomura was, we are chasing Nomura. So we had to beat Nomura. Otherwise, we cannot go to the Olympics. So that's why there was like how many? Six people who can make it cross fight against Nomura. Yeah, that
Wow.
was very high level, honestly.
Who you think is the best judoka in Japan today?
Today,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
like
On
current
currently, yes,
athletes,
currently, yeah.
current athletes. Oh my God, everybody's amazing.
Yeah.
But I think Shohei Ono is the best. I think
I would say Ono. Yeah, that's who I was expecting you to say Ono.
Ono is outstanding actually
Yeah.
because three times world champion and then Olympic champion, and then last year he didn't lose, right? So that's amazing.
Yeah, he probably gonna win the Olympics this year because his Uchimata is just incredible.
His gripping is amazing, right?
Yeah.
Grip. Usually 73 they move fast, but Ono doesn't do grip fight a lot, just grip.
Yeah, and then that's it. If he grabs you, it's over.
Yeah, it's a champion judo.
Yeah.
It's a monster. It's amazing then.
Yeah. Now, Japan has been dominant in judo for many years, but I think on the last Olympics they didn't do so well. And I was watching a documentary that they are really, since they're gonna host the Olympics, they are like in full power to dominate in judo. So there's also this aspect, right? It's gonna be in Tokyo. This
Yeah.
is our home, and we're gonna
Yeah.
win everything.
It is huge pressure. I'm sure that huge pressure because always we have to win at the Olympics. Silver medal, bronze medal. Oh, it's sad because the bronze and the silvers are amazing.
Yes.
Yeah, amazing. So everybody should celebrate.
You're right.
We do. But fight athletes, they don't celebrate.
Yeah.
They don't celebrate.
The pressure is to win. The pressure is for the gold.
Yeah, always. Even any tournaments.
Incredible.
That's why it's risky to compete. If you lose first round,
You out, right?
you are out. Then you won't be chosen for next.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it's tough.
Very tough for sure. The level in Japan is crazy. So going back to your dojo and the lessons that you gave online based on your experience training by yourself. You said that you are still teaching in Zoom because I thought that the dojo was fully open and everyone was going.
Both.
You're doing
Both.
because there's still people that prefer go to Zoom.
Okay, so most people in Zoom is foreigner, not American people.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you have actually a class for people outside of US.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Because uh, of course, I should focus on just dojos, but as you know, other countries like for example England, so the city is locked down. They cannot do judo, so but they don't want to stop. So that's why they take my Zoom lesson. So and the other country from Europe too. So but it's impressive. They are very impressive. When I do Zoom session, it is already 12 a.m. for them.
Wow.
So, but they take the lesson means that they love judo. If they love judo, no reason to stop for me to stop the program because yeah.
And this program is open. What someone needs to do to participate on this program? Just go to the website.
Just usually just message me because you know, this is why I didn't market that program a lot because as you know, when you get many people in Zoom, you cannot see each person.
Yes, that's right. That's
See,
right.
if I cannot do my best to each person, it's not good program for me. So I want to watch each person.
So how many people do you have in a Zoom class usually?
Now 10, about 10 to 12.
That's a good number because you can.
Good number.
Yeah, you can.
I can handle 15 people. Yeah, but now I can handle 15 people because I divide Zoom class and then regular class.
Okay.
Now my wife is taking care of regular class too, so it is big help. But my wife just gave birth for second son, so that's why I couldn't have her.
Yeah.
For regular class. That's why I was handling Zoom class and regular class at the same time.
Very tough. And the class.
That was too tough.
The class on your dojo are fully open, right? So you are teaching regular classes for the adults and the kids right now.
Yes, kids, adults, and then special needs. Yeah, special needs is just once a week.
One of the things that I notice in most of the videos of you teaching, and I know that this is really about the way that the mechanics work, but you use your body like in such a way that is almost like a flow, right? It's
Thanks.
you know, it's very interesting the way that the mechanics that you utilize to leverage, and I've seen you throw some big guys. How did you improve that technique because it's hard. I do judo. I'm still a green belt, but I'm working my way. You know, I actually had an injury in September that I completely ruptured my lean strength ligament in my foot doing a taiotoshi. Had to do surgery and everything, so it was horrible. But it's hard for me still to leverage the entire body, right? Because sometimes you want to put the strength on your arms when you're doing, but if you just use the whole body, it's so much easier. But sometimes it's so hard for you to leverage everything, right?
Yes, I always train joints, like okay. For example, when I do judo randori with big people, heavy weights. Of course, if I stand straight like this, so they are bigger than me, they grip my back and dominate. See, but their position, I can kill their power. So, for example, I always stop their shoulder. Their shoulder means how can I say it? There's
the joint on the shoulder. Yeah.
Yes. When you put your fingers into that position, they cannot reach me. So that's their weakness. Everybody has this position there. So always I try to grip there and then put my fingers in, and they cannot grip my back deep. So That's why I can fight against big people. I know how to fight against tall and big. Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting because that's something that Teddy does very well. Grab right here on their opponents.
Yes,
Every time he grabs that, it's over.
because I'm short. I am short. That's why they normally grip my back. But if I grip their sleeve, so their power is way stronger than mine. But if I stop here, they cannot use their
Right.
power. So I know their weakness. Plus, um, I always try to join shoulders, shoulder, elbow, wrist, and then knees, hips. These joints. Because to throw a ball, for example, to throw a ball, when you throw a ball, you are using wrist, elbow, and shoulders, right? And then hips, everything,
Right.
legs. But if you keep your arms straight and then throw a ball, you cannot throw a ball, right? Judo too. You should use joints.
Makes sense.
You need to use joints. That's Japanese judo.
So when you say Japanese judo, is because here in US you don't think that they don't apply this, or in Japan it's a little bit different.
Japanese are small, right? Short and small. But even in at tournaments, they don't get dominated usually, because they keep moving. To keep moving, you need technique and stamina. See, but as long as you rely on just muscle power, like bench
Well,
press,
you
you
get
get
tired,
tired. Yeah. But if you twist your wrist, see, when you twist your wrist, you can twist your elbow and then shoulders, and then you can increase your power.
Yep.
See,
More leverage.
more leverage. So we Japanese learn this leverage. That's why we can save stamina and we last longer. And then the power is very powerful. So that's hidden power. So we call it judo power.
Super cool. Super cool.
We use wrist a lot. See, Ono, when he grabs here, so he always use his wrist. Well, that's why even he's not tall. He's actually only 170 centimeters. He looks tall, but only 170 centimeter. He's not tall, but always he keeps posture straight and then using wrist. Well, so that's why his techniques are sharp.
And for you to be on judo for that many time, what do you do to preserve your body? For example, you've done randori every day in the past, and randori is pretty hard on your body, right? A lot of people get injured. Did you do something special to not get injury all the time, or you got injury many times and you just keep moving on?
Many times, many times, many times. Probably top athletes can share this. So, what is injury? From what? So, like for example, finger broken. For us, it's not injury. Just tape and then go. Yeah, if you break your fingers here, just put tape like this and then go. Still fine. That's why many people, judo people have judo fingers, right? Yeah.
But what about serious injury, like shoulder injury or something like that?
That's the injury. That's
Right.
different. You need to stop. But many Japanese people, if sensei is very scary, they hesitate to tell. I have an injury, sensei, because sensei is scary. Scary. That's why they don't tell. Then they hide. They practice. This is very common. Hopefully, it's not common now.
Yeah, because for example, to go to the Olympics, you need to be in your prime. You cannot go, with an injury.
Yeah.
But in your case, did you ever had a serious injury that forced you to completely stop?
Yes, of course, many times. I messed my right shoulders. I had a 2 surgery, left knee. Yeah. I had to stop because I couldn't move.
Wow. what was the
yeah,
problem on your knee? ACL?
uh, just locking. I took
Oh,
meniscus,
okay.
so I took out meniscus because meniscus locked. Yeah, bad.
But it was
And then I
during a judo practice that you had. Okay.
doing judo, doing judo. Most injury, all injuries from judo and the training. From judo training, yes, that's new injury, like a twisting wrist, elbow, something like
Hmm.
that. But other injury come from overused.
Yep, that's also very common.
Oh,
If overuse and then start having pain, and then when you see, you have to treat.
yes, that's why many Japanese people, their their life of athletes doesn't last, don't
Hmm.
last, because most people stop before 30 years old.
Before 30?
Before
Wow.
30,
Yeah.
I stopped when I was 28.
That when you stop completely, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you said you stopped completely in Japan, but I saw that you when you moved to US, you end up competing in US as well, right?
That was just nothing. So different mind, just like a stretching,
Yeah.
like okay, just not for winning losing, because my mindset is not fight, just like a
Let's have fun.
celebration or
Yeah, let's
something.
have some fun.
Festival,
Yeah.
festival. Yeah, I did my best in Japan. I did my best for judo in Japan. That I couldn't make Olympic team, so that's why I moved to United States.
That's awesome.
Yeah, to restart
It's
my life
hard. I
again.
mean, the level in Japan is really hard for you to make to make the Olympics. I can only imagine how hard it is for them to pick, the right athletes to make the team. So
Yeah,
really hard.
yeah,
So 10 years in
actually,
US, 8 years as a dojo owner, and then comes the pandemic and make you stop. For how long?
mm,
How long you were completely closed? For like 3 months?
3 months, three, yeah, 3 months, yeah.
Because I know that Florida, just like in Texas, open up pretty fast.
Honestly, pretty fast.
Yeah,
Yes, it's
because in Texas, I think we closed in March last year, and then we open again in June, something like that.
Florida and Texas are very similar. Yeah, very similar situation.
No, so say, do you do any type of seminar? If people want to hire you to do seminar, do you also travel to do seminars and things like that? Just go to your website.
Yes, yes. I used travel last year. No
No
travel,
travel,
as
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. Yes, but not 2019. A lot, almost every month.
And if someone is visiting Florida and wants to train at your dojo,
Yes,
I believe there is a
yes,
they can go and just train, pay
yes.
the,
They
the
come.
the
Yeah.
gas fee or something, and then participate, right?
Yes, yes. Yeah, because there's Disney, so many people come down with family,
Hmm.
and yeah, they go to Disney, and they stop by my dojo.
Is it close by?
Because Disney is very close, 30 or 40 minutes from here.
Oh, that's very close, yeah.
Yeah, that's why they come. That's good.
No, yeah,
Good
it's
for
good.
me.
And the dojo, from what I saw in the video that you posted, is pretty nice, very well organized. There are some pictures in the
Yeah,
entries. I'm not sure how big is the mat, but I think it's big enough for what the
yeah,
third,
that's not big. Our dojo is not big dojo, but not too small. You can do judo.
you
Yeah,
can you
okay
can you
size.
have can you have 20 people in the mat at the same time, something like that?
Yes, always 20, between 20 to 30 people, and but it's packed.
Yeah, 20 to 30 people. That's great. Let's say it was a great conversation. I again, I really admire your work. Keep up the great work. keep inspiring and using
Thank
judo
you so much.
to promote health, to promote strong mindset. I think all those attributes that you brought from Japan and from learning judo, where it was
Yeah.
created. It's a beautiful art.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And I will make sure to send a message on the day that I can train again, and I will join your class online.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
All right, Sensei. Thank you very
Sorry.
much.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for your time. Appreciate and hope to see you soon.
Yes. My pleasure. Thank you so much. Yes.